Okay, I never promised to be a videographer, and so there's like this weird shadow here because I'm propping my camera up with coffee cakes, but don't mind that. Okay, this is number 1 on the paper that you sent me. The patient weighs 73 kilograms. The order is for dopamine 3 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Dopamine is mixed. What is the milliliters per hour? So the trick to dimensional analysis is you start with what you're looking for. Don't like go on a wild goose chase trying to end up with the answer. You have to start with what you're looking for. So we're going to do milliliters per hour. This is what you want to end up with. This is what your answer is going to be labeled. So the first thing you do is you take this top label and you bring it right on over and you put milliliters right here. So then you go back and look at your information. And I will warn you, there is one on here where they give you extra information that you don't need. This one's not really like that. So what do we have with milliliters? So we have 250 milliliters and 400 milligrams. So that goes together. 250 milliliters to 400 milligrams. Now, stop. So the goal of this is, I think of them of like downstairs and upstairs neighbors. We're going to match them up and cancel them out. So how are we going to get rid of milligrams? Well, there's nothing else in here with milligrams, but there is something with micrograms. So we're going to do 1 milligram over 1,000 micrograms. And then these guys are gone. Milligrams, we don't need you. So now we have micrograms. Do we have something up here that matches with micrograms? And we do. The trick to these is the weight and the time always stay together. They are a pair. So we're going to put 3 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The weight and the time always stay together. Stop. Don't mind my kid coughing in the background. Okay. So now we're going to get rid of micrograms because we don't need it and we have a pair. So we're getting closer. So each one of these has to be canceled separately with an equation. So kilograms, how are we going to get rid of that? Patient weighs 73 kilograms. So we're going to do 73. I think I've totally fucked this up. Oh, no. Okay. 73 kilograms over 1, because it doesn't really need a pair. So we do kilogram, kilogram. And then how are we going to get rid of minutes? Well, there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. And then minutes is gone. So what are we left with? We have milliliters on top and hours on bottom. So the main goal is to line these up in a way that you end up with what you started with. So you have milliliters and you have hours. So when you go to multiply them, you punch in your calculator, 250, I don't ever use the one, 250 times 3 times 73 times 60, and then you don't even hit equals. Then you just do divided by 400, divided by 1,000, and it comes out to, this one is 8.2 milliliters per hour. So the main concept that you have to grasp, and this is where like it was a game changer for me, you start with what you want. Whatever you want to end up with, that's where you start. The kilograms per minute is hard. It's hard to grasp onto. But just remember that the weight and the time always go together. Okay, so we'll do another one. Okay, so on this one, the patient is getting nitro at 23 milliliters an hour. The bag has 50 milligrams in 250 milliliters. The patient weighs 67 kilograms. So what are they getting in micrograms per kilogram per minute? So this is a good one to do with the weight and the time. So this is what we want. This is what we want to end up with. Micrograms per kilogram per minute. So that's what we start with. Micrograms per kilogram per minute. And what are we going to do? We're going to bring this neighbor right on over. We just carry it over, whatever this starting is. So what do we have with micrograms? Nothing, right? But we have milligrams. 50 milligrams into 50 milliliters. But before we can mess with this milligrams, we have to get on that level. So there's 1,000 micrograms in 1 milligram. And then how are we going to cancel these up and down neighbors? Pair them up. There's 50 milligrams in 250 milliliters. So look, these are gone. Boom, boom. Okay. Now what part of the equation do we have with milliliters? Right here, the 23 milliliters per hour. So we're going to throw 23 up here. 23 per 1 hour. So milliliters is gone. 1 hour, but we need to end up in minutes. So that's an easy equation. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Hours is gone. So what do we still need? We've got micrograms up here. We've got minutes. Now we need the kilograms. Equals, and I put a 1, and she weighs, what did it say? 67 kilograms. So now we have kilograms and minutes. Happy little couple down here. Weight and time always go together. And then we've got micrograms up here. So we've got micrograms per kilogram per minute. You multiply across the top, divide by the bottom, and that one is 1.14 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Okay, I think I have 4 worked out so far. Stop, Kara, stop. Okay, so number 3 is the procainamide, 3 milligrams per minute. She weighs 58 kilograms, and the pharmacy has mixed it 2 grams to every 500. What is the infusion rate in milliliters per hour? Okay, so look at your question. Nowhere in this does it care how much per kilogram. It's not asking how much she weighs. The order is 3 milligrams every minute. So this is irrelevant. Cross it off. If it's not a weight-based problem, the pharmacy has already figured up the order per her weight. The order is 3 milligrams a minute. It has nothing to do with her weight. So start with what we want to end up with, milliliters per hour. Bring this neighbor over, and that's who we're going to start with. So, sorry, my dryer went off. Okay, so what do we have for milliliters? We have 500 milliliters per 2 grams. So we're going to do 500 per 2 grams. We don't have anything with grams, but we have some milligrams. So we're going to do 1 gram over 1,000 milligrams. Grams is out of here. We matched them up. They're gone. Upstairs, downstairs neighbor, they fell in love. They ran away. Grams. Now we're working with milligrams. We're going to do 3 milligrams every minute. Milligrams is out of here. Match, match. And then if you get confused and be like, oh, minutes, I'm done. Nope. You look right back at the start. Will you stop being noisy? This is what we want. So we're here. We've got our milliliters, but we're still at minutes. So we're going to do 60 minutes over 1 hour minutes is out of here. So we've got milliliters per hour. Multiply across the top, divide across the bottom, and this one ends up as 45 milliliters per hour. Okay. This is the key right here. You have to start with what you want, and then as you're going along doing your doing your check or doing your steps of how to get there, you can look back and be like, nope, I'm not there yet. Keep going. It might involve doing grams to milligrams. A lot of times you have to do milligrams to micrograms, but somehow you can get from this to an end. Okay, I think I got one more worked out for this one. Okay, 117 pounds. I will tell you, some people who do dimensional analysis will put this as part of your sections. I just go ahead and figure it to kilograms if that's what they're going to ask for. So, I don't even know what that is. What did I put it on there as, Kara? 53.
I'm listening to random music.
Shh. So she's 53 kilograms. To me, it's just easier and it's less likely that you'll make a mistake on your labeling. Okay, so this is another one. They want to know, how much is the patient receiving in micrograms per kilogram per minute? Remember, the weight and the time are buddies. They always go together. So we want micrograms. Stop. They don't want to listen to you. Per kilograms per minute. What are we doing? We're just bringing the upstairs neighbor. So what have we got? Do we have anything with micrograms? We don't. They've got us in milligrams, so we need to get there. So 1,000 micrograms equals 1 milligram. And we have to find something to cancel. So then we're going to use this 400 milligrams per 500 mils. So 400 milligrams per 500 milliliters. Milligrams is out of here.
300.
Shh. So how are we going to get rid of milliliters? Who are we going to pair them up with? 30 milliliters per hour. So we're going to do 30 milliliters per 1 hour. Milliliters is gone. And you can kind of check yourself, as you're going through. Micrograms is all we've got up here, and that's what we're looking for. But on bottom, we're still at hours, and we need kilograms and minutes. So let's go ahead and do the minutes. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Hours is gone. So we've got our minutes. And now we just need kilograms. 1 over 53 kilograms. Remember that I used to get confused on where you would put, if you would put the kilograms on top or bottom. Just remember that the minutes and the kilograms have to stay together on bottom. And so are we ready? We have kilograms, minutes, and micrograms. Is that what we wanted? Micrograms per kilogram per minute. Multiply across the top, divide across the bottom. And this one is 7.5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Let me know how this helps, and I will work on doing some more.